Hi everyone, welcome to Southern Seasons. My name is Jody and I am so glad that you joined me today. If you love decorating, DIYs, thrifting, and tablescapes, then this is the channel for you. Today's video, I am participating in an open challenge hosted by our Green Acres and Crafting Cousins called Thrift Flip Road Trip Open Challenge. You'll be joining me in colorful Colorado. So, shall we get started? I will be doing 2 DIYs in this video. The first one, I found this sign at the Arc Thrift Store, and it's from Hobby Lobby, original $39.99. It is in really good shape, and it was on here for $7.99 and it was half off. And this is okay, but you know, it's not my color, so I thought I could use it to make something else. So I will be painting this. Since this is just a print, it's all nice and smooth, and I could have spray painted it, but it's just been so cold. So I am just going to use this color. It's called Warm White. I got it at Walmart. And I'm just going to be hand painting this. As I've always said, I like to hand paint most of the time because it is relaxing to me. So I have sped this up. I will be painting even the frame, so I don't have to be super neat on here because I want this to be all one color. And I'm probably going to do at least 2 coats because I am going to be doing a treatment on top of this. I'm just trying to cover up all this color is what I'm trying to do. Alright, so what I'm actually going to be doing is I am going to be putting this tissue paper on here. I'm going to use my Mod Podge. And that was one reason, as you can kind of see, you can still see it through, but when I put the tissue paper on, you could see everything through there. That's why I wanted to put some of the white paint on here. So I'm just going to be putting all of this Mod Podge on here. And this is actually a big piece of tissue paper that I have that I've cut in half. Finish this up, and I am just going to be placing this at the top. I cut it to size. I only had to cut off about a 1/4 of an inch, which was nice. And I do want the wrinkles in here. I like wrinkles when I do this. And then I'll be doing the bottom half here. Now I overlapped it, and since I did, I'm going to be using this wax here to kind of darken it up. As you can see, the middle of the board is kind of dark. And I'm just going to go along the line here with a stencil brush and the wax, and I'm taking a damp paper towel, and I'm also going to rub it in here with that. I'm going to put as much as here as possible to get this to look a little bit darker like the middle section. I am going to be covering a lot of this up so it does not have to look perfect. So I'm just going to finish this up, and then I'm going to get started on my second thrifted piece. That is going to go with this one. So here is the other piece that I'm using, and I got this a few years ago, and I did get it half off, so that is kind of nice. Not using a lot. It's really beat up when I bought it, so I was always going to paint it, but I never have. So again, I am going to be painting this with the warm white paint. It's probably going to take about 3 coats because I do want this one covered up enough, because I will be doing another technique on it, but I do want it to have a good coverage on it. And I will paint a little bit on the inside of it too. So the last piece I'm painting is this little wood applique that I've had for many, many years, and I thought it would look perfect for this project on here. So I will be doing 2 coats of the warm white on here, and then we're going to work on that wall pocket. Now that it's done, I am going to be using some Mod Podge, and I'm taking some old lace that I have, and I am putting the lace on here. And I'm also putting the Mod Podge over the lace because I will be painting this lace. Just trying to dress up this wall pocket a little bit more, give it some more detail. And lace is a perfect thing to use. I'm also going to be putting some lace up here, this little lace ribbon. And I know it's a dark color, but again, like I said, I'm going to be using the warm white on here once this is dry. I'm going to put the Mod Podge over this. And then once it's dry, I will be painting it with the warm white. Then we're going to do my antiquing that I like to do. And I'm just using that hammered iron color again with a damp paper towel. And I'm just going to be rubbing it in. And I do like to go lightly first and then put more on if I want more in spots. I am also going to be using the same technique on that wood applique too. I'm trying to get a little bit darker on this section with the flowers and the bows. And then we're going to come down in here. I'm going to try to get this a little bit darker in spots. Okay. I think this is looking really pretty. Alright, so I'll be finishing this up, and then I have one more thing that I want to put on here. So I've decided to use this burlap ribbon that has lace on it, and I'm just going to hot glue it on top of this lace because it's kind of got a rough edge to it. And I think that this kind of coordinates with the sign because I am going to be attaching this wall pocket to the sign that I just did. Okay. So I think that is enough on the wall pocket. You could put more items on here, but I think this is all that I'm going to do. Make sure it's tacked down good. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to attach it to the sign. You might notice that the sign looks a little bit different. I did add the applique on there, and I have that staple gun right there that you can put little brad nails in, and that's what I used. Also, I used some of the hammered iron gray paint on here with my stencil brush and rubbed it in. I thought it needed just a little bit more color. So I'm just going to be screwing this in on here, and I will be screwing it down a little bit more. I'm also going to paint the screw head so you won't notice it. So let's see how it looks displayed. Alright, DIY number 2 is not a thrifted item, but I did get this from a consignment store 70% off, so it was a great deal. It's a great thing for Tuscan, but I want to go shabby chic French country. And I was able to get it off with a putty knife and my hammer, but unfortunately, when I started on that left side, it kind of broke a few pieces off, so I went ahead and chipped more of the corners off. I think it's going to look great that way. Looks a little more rugged since I'm using the old rugged cross. Again, I'm using the same paint, the warm white. I really love this color. And I'm going to paint the cross this color. And I'm going to be doing this, it's going to take me about 3 coats to get this covered. Again, I am going to be using the hammered iron gray with a damp paper towel, and I'm just going to be rubbing the color in on the cross. I'm trying to get down in there as much as possible because I do want a lot of dark spots on here. Now once this is done, I am going to work on the frame part. I did paint it the same white, and this is that old rugged cross sheet music that I printed off the internet, and I did go along and rip it to make it look old, and I'm just going to put some Mod Podge on here a little bit because it does like to curl up on you. So we're just going to, I'm kind of making it go up a little bit higher, so when I put the cross back on where it was, you can see the words "the old rugged cross" to the sheet music. And I do want to have all these creases in here as I'm pushing this down. I think it makes it look a lot older when you do that. I will be using the hammered iron to antique this, and I'm going to take my stencil brush again, and I'm just going to do a lot of tapping around the edges of the sheet music. Now I'm just going to be gluing this on with my E6000. Just going to put a bunch of glue on the back of the cross. And I'm going to put it back in the same position because I can see down below the sheet music where the cross was. So I want to cover that up. Okay. Now after that dries, I'm going to be adding just a few embellishments to the cross. So here's what I'm going to do. I have this little bit of old lace here and a little bit of ribbon, and I love this bronze looking chain. I'm just going to hot glue them right here in the corner. I'm going to put this little bit of trim here first. Tuck that in. And I am staggering these where they're not the same length on each side. Now I'm going to do the ribbon. Figure out where I want it. Okay. And we'll glue it in here. Okay, and then I'm going to do the chain. And glue that on top of the ribbon. Okay. I am also going to be adding some buttons to this. So I'm just picking out a few buttons here that I like, and just going to put a few on here just to kind of cover everything up. And I think I'll use that one. I like that one. Put that one right there. Okay. Oops. Put a little bit more glue right there. without burning my finger. Okay. Okay, I like that. Let's turn this around. All right, so here it is. So let's see how it looks styled. That is going to do it for the video today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I appreciate a big thumbs up from everybody. Now make sure you go check out all the videos on the playlist. It is linked down below, along with our Green Acres and Crafting Cousins links. I want to wish everybody a very wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.